up, y'all? It's me, Erica, and we are down here. Peace, y'all. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica, and this is your Real Housewives of Salt Lake City review. I tried to watch it. Well, I watched it last night, and then I watched it this morning. Well, I watched. Did I watch it? Yeah, I watched it this morning. I took a couple notes last night before I fell asleep on the entire thing. I'm sorry, I got distracted. See how distracted I could get? That's crazy. Anyway, so the episode. So I watched the episode of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Holy Mother of Zion is the episode 16. We start off with the little scenes that they have or whatever. But the guys, they go off to play golf. That's some of the notes that I had from yesterday. The husbands go and play golf. They want to have the women take a trip. I said, I think, but I went back and I rewound it just a little bit, and they are going to send the women to Zion. I have no clue what that is. I figure it's a spa or something like that. But they're going to take the women to Zion, and girl's a mess. They're going to take the women to Zion, and then for Mother's Day, they want to get the women away from them so that they can all go out, I guess. And so that's what they're going to do. Then Heather and Jen have a day at the spa. I actually missed the majority of their conversation because I fell asleep. She says when we go out and have a good time, there's always drama. Meredith didn't invite her to Seth's birthday party. I don't even know what to say. Like, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I don't even know what to say about Jen and Heather. It is very weird that it's like Heather has her eye on Lisa. Lisa has her eye on everybody. Jen doesn't want anyone to be anyone's friend. It's just very elementary. It's very, very elementary. And the way that Jen Shah acts is very childish. And it's like really childish. It's so childish that it's like you don't even want to entertain her because she's just childish and entitled. And that is what makes her a perfect person to commit the crimes that she has been alleged in committing, because she is a childish me. I want it all. Give it to me. I don't care how I get it. Like a 3-year-old, like a 3 or 4-year-old. It's always, what about me? It's not my fault. And what about me? And no, it's not me. And it's me, and me. It's like a child, like a literal child. She has a brain of a child, and children typically are all about themselves. They really don't, it's like, when a little kid is just like, mine, it's mine. That's how Jen Shaw acts to me. I don't understand how anybody can be friends with her. I haven't seen any of her other friends. I wonder how. I haven't seen any of her other friends. We've seen people who work for her, so they have to be nice to her and they have to like her. And then you have the cast of this show. So I don't know. I don't know what happened after that. Hold on, let me see. So they went out. Okay, and then they're getting ready for Seth's party. It was just only like really 3 big scenes, really. So they're getting ready for Seth's party. Seth, he's turning 49. Meredith says she didn't give him a birthday party for 47 and 48, so she's going to give him a birthday for 49. So on the top, in this hotel or something like that, at the top where the pool is. The women look nice. I cringed when they put Meredith in that pool with that dress on. It's no telling how much that goddamn dress costs. I don't even know what designer that dress is from, but I know it's not a cheap dress. And I definitely know that Meredith did not want to get in no water with that dress on. I was like Mary over there, like, ugh, not the dress, bro. Not the dress. Seth's brother, is that his brother? He said him and his brother, that's the brother that him and they came out the same vagina. Where is he? Hold on. Let me see. Oh, and then Whitney brings Seth a birthday cake of her cleavage, which is funny because they have a bunch of clips of him saying how beautiful her cleavage is, that she has the cleavages of all cleavages, and that he wants Meredith to have a cleavage like Whitney. So he wants Meredith to go to Whitney's plastic surgeon. Some people might be offended by that. I think it's actually funny. I think Seth is just that kind of guy. I don't think that he, I think he is very honest about how he feels about her cleavage. I don't think he's lying or playing the joke or whatever. But I don't think that him saying that, um, that he likes her cleavage is a big deal. I don't know why. Some people might think it is. I don't think it's a big deal. I can see people right now being like, oh my God, if my husband told another woman that he liked her cleavage, or even told her husband, or said it in front of me, they would have a problem with it. Would y'all have a problem with it if your husband said that one of your friends has the best cleavage he's ever seen and asked her husband to get her plastic surgeon so that you can have a cleavage like hers? Some of y'all would probably get upset about that. Some of y'all wouldn't. Some of y'all would be like, girl, shut up. I have the best cleavage anyway. That's what Mary said. Mary was like, why wouldn't she bring Meredith's cleavage? Her rack looks better. Her rack looks better. I'm trying to not, if when you sip your tea and it's super hot, it kind of messes up the entire experience. So have to let it sit for a second. And anyways, if you let it sit for a second, it like gets a chance to redistribute, because I put like honey and I put a little creamer in my tea. I have some chai tea right here. And I put a little creamer and a little honey. So you have to let it sit for a second so that all of the flavors can redistribute and just like capture all of the cream and all of the honey along with the tea. So they have to like form together and they have to marry each other and then cool down a little bit. Because if I drink it and I burn my tongue, then the whole experience is it's a wrap, because there's no like feeling right there where I burn my tongue. Anyways, so she gave you the full nipples even. That's what Meredith said. I did not like when they jumped in the pool. I did not like it because I was like, but you saw Lisa got into the pool. She took her pants off. She's like, I'm not getting in the pool with these pants on. We saw Brooks. Brooks was there. The Brooks and their daughter Reed. Is that her name? She has a nice name. I like that name, Reed. She was there too. She's very beautiful. That girl is really, really pretty. And so they had a good time. Seth is a good time. Seth's brother looks like he's a good time too. I was trying to get another picture of his brother. I'm trying to figure out if that was his brother or not. They kind of look alike. He's the only one that looks like Seth. Mary and Meredith have this conversation about, because they didn't invite Jen to Seth's party. Mary and Meredith have this conversation basically about the way that Lisa is acting, and why the hell would Lisa tell Jenny that those shoes were not meant for her. That's what I said last week. Why would she tell her that? Why would she tell her that? And when she said it, and I'm with Mary, you weren't thinking about your culture when you accepted this, because I told you they weren't bought. I didn't buy them. I told you I didn't buy them. So you should have said at that moment, oh, it's against my culture to accept gifts that are regifted. And I'm sure she would have been like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know that was a part of your culture. And I'm with Meredith. You didn't take Mary over there to discuss, how her words were offensive. The way that you approached it was almost as if you were attacking her. You were not telling her like, hey, Mary, in case you didn't know, when you say an Asian person has beautiful slanted eyes, that can actually be taken as an insult or inappropriately. So be mindful when you say that. Like, I know that you probably didn't know that, and I'm going to let you know, as your Asian co-star, that saying that to an Asian person, it can be offensive. Okay, I just want you to know that, right? Because the way that Mary said it to her, the way that she said it to her, it wasn't as if that she was being derogatory or trying to insult her. It was meant as a compliment. It was taken as an insult, and she was offended. And the reason why she was offended is very valid. It's very valid why she was offended. But the way that you told her, it was as if she was intentionally trying to offend you. And if your culture dictates you not accepting re-gifts, that should have happened that night, because you knew what your culture was when she handed you the shoes. So you saying that, and it's okay to say it, because you know Mary doesn't know your culture. So she's going to be accepting, like, okay, well, you don't accept re-gifts, but you wasn't thinking about your culture when you took it, though. And I'm right along with Mary with that, honey. I'm right along. So you saw Heather almost fail when she was trying to get in the pool too. She says that Lisa, y'all saw Brooks take a shot of the oyster and then talking about he's so uncomfortable. Yeah, because girl, whatever, Brooks. How did you feel about everything? This is Meredith and Mary. Mary, did you see that dog jump on Mary too? I thought she was going to say something. She was like, I have his paws all on me. Nobody's apologizing. It's a dog. What do you think the dog is going to do? I know dogs shouldn't be jumping on people, but it's a dog. She saw she didn't say nothing, but then later she was like, oh, I have Teddy's name Teddy. I have so-and-so's paws on me. Okay, girl. I just don't feel like people are real friends. It was not like someone having a discussion with you. It was more for growth. It was more like she was attacking you. I agree. That was a really great observation that Meredith made. Is like, you didn't come to me telling me about your culture and how to be more sensitive to your culture by something that I said inadvertently as a compliment, right? And in your culture is taken as an insult. You didn't approach it like that. You approach it if I was down calling you Asian racial slurs intentionally. Like I was down there talking about you some bitch, you know, and she wasn't doing that. So there was actually no grace. And the way that Mary is being treated online is ridiculous. It is so ridiculous how these, and so mostly when I see the Twitter accounts, they're mostly white women, and they want to go after Mary. But I do think it is ironic, and somebody tweeted this, that a group of more white Mormon women have the nerve to sit around and say somebody has a cult. Girl, what? Girl, what? Didn't you leave a cult, Heather? Didn't your brother said I have my family is in a cult. I'm essentially a bad parent. Whitney left, right, because the cult said that she couldn't sleep with marry the man that she was cheating on her husband with, right? The cult that excommunicated you while your husband was allowed to stay in the church. You're damaged goods now. You've been married. Nobody's gonna want you now, girl. And now you a champagne sipping Mormon. How in the world can white women who practice Mormonism, the same goddamn religion that said that black people are cursed? Is that old doctrine? Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden you sit across from Mary and you're so concerned because Mary is running a cult. She's a leader of a church. Churches are typically functioning like that, right? Because when that dopamine hits, when you get into the damn church with the rest of your community, it is like you're on drugs and you get wrapped up in that shit. So pretty much they all function the same way. Some are more extreme than others. And in every fucking religion, there's a group of extremists for that said religion. And all of a sudden, Mary is just this awful person because she's the leader of a church. Y'all belong to one. Do y'all feel like victims? Do you feel re-victimized? I think it's bullshit. I actually do. And I said last week, I don't know if they're trying to get Mary off the show. And you know what? Let Mary go. Let Mary go. If Mary doesn't want to be on the show with these women, she doesn't feel connected to these women. Lisa is a bitch. Jen Shah is a bitch. Heather, I don't know what's going on with Heather and Whitney. I feel like Heather and Whitney, girl, Scooby-Doo mysteries. Scooby-Doo mysteries. And it's getting old. It's getting old. Everything. Let me tell you something. Whitney, I want to tell Whitney this. Whitney, you're not going to know everything about everything. You're not. You're going to be left in the dark about some things, intentionally or unintentionally. But all the pieces of the information are not for you. And sometimes if I'm talking to you, I'm going to leave out pieces of the information because guess what? They're not for you. And that's just what it is. So if you feel like somebody's keeping secrets because they're not telling you everything, then you just might as well think that everybody's going to keep secrets from you, because everybody's not going to tell you everything that you want to know about every situation. Everything is not for you to know. And you're not a goddamn, she talking about, oh, I need to hit a subpoena. Yes, CSI Salt Lake City, because that's what it's giving. And it's giving busybody. It's giving busybody. It's giving I don't have nothing to do. You have a whole skincare line you need to be focused on. Getting that brand together to make sure your kids are not on the side of the road because they didn't get to go to college. Because you took all the damn college money to rebrand and not have red roses in your and create a logo that's just black and white and don't even have red roses on your step and repeat. You need to put on your detective glasses and figure out that, instead of trying to figure out if there's some pieces of the story that are missing. You are never going to know all the pieces of the story, because you know why? You're not entitled to that information. You're just not. You're not entitled to all the pieces of the information. I don't know who the hell you think you are, Whitney Rose, DA Whitney Rose, Detective Whitney Rose. I don't know who you think you are, but you don't. Do you think there's some piece there? There's some things that there's more to it. Yes, there's more to it. And guess what? I'm not going to tell you. You know why? Because it's none of your goddamn business. Anything else? Okay. So just leave it at that. Put your goddamn badge away, your magnifying glass, and your pen and paper, and your little fucking hat, and your trench coat. Put it away. Because you're not going to know everything for everything. Shut your ass up. Get on my damn nerves. Do you think there's more to it? Yes, there's more to it. There's always more to it, girl. You would have been sensitive to your culture then. I know that's right, Mary. Mary said you would have been sensitive to your culture then. They were for Jen, she said. And they're trying to paint me as a nasty person. But she just can't deliver the truth, honesty. She says she feels like Lisa acts like she's your friend, but she's very conniving and it's very calculated. I agree with that. I can say that I agree that it's very calculated. It's not really a friendship. It's not really a friendship. Yeah, they all jump in the pool. I thought it was cute. Like I said, I thought it was cute that Lisa took her pants off. So yeah, they're going to take the women to Zion. They all jump in the pool. What else happened after that? Yeah, the jumping in the pool was cringy. It was very cringy. Oh, I loved when Seth said, "This is this is the best birthday party ever." Since what he said, wait a minute. Where did he say it? Here, let me get it. It was so cute. Here he goes. What does Seth say to her? Hold on. Best birthday. Oh, that's so cute. He said this is the best birthday party I had in my life since I was at the balls at McDonald's. That was so cute. I was like, since the balls at McDonald's. Then I had to think, I was like, oh, the little jumpy things. That was cute. So I'm glad Seth and Meredith are in a good place, because last season we saw them come on our screen and we were like, girl, it's over. But then they went on the bus, right? So they're on the bus now. And I didn't get how that escalated. I think that Jen just wanted to escalate it. This idea that Lisa has to be perfect in every scenario. I wasn't yelling at her. You were yelling at Meredith. Your voice was raised. It wasn't the calm voice that you had. Jen is saying that she's saying that Lisa has to choose. I'm like, what is she talking about? Choose what? Okay. So you're asking me, see, this is where you guys, you have to stop. Like all this, you getting all amped up and stuff. Chill out. You want me to choose between you and the friend that I've had for 10 years. And that friend is mad at you because you've been harassing her children, both of her children, not just one, but both of her children, because they're both getting text messages. She is hurt by what you have done to her and has not forgiven you yet, even went as far as to hire a private investigator to ensure where these threats via text message were coming from. You turn around and get arrested for fraud and conspiracy or whatever the fuck you're doing, money laundering. What do they call it? What do they call it? Mail fraud, is that what they call it? Where they sending stuff through the transfers and all this other stuff. Okay, you got arrested for that. The girl's still not feeling you. She tells everybody, y'all need to be friends to her. I'm not cool with her right now because we just not there right now. And I've known this lady for 10 years. She actually hasn't done anything to me but be mad at me for taking up for you all the time. And you want me to choose you over her? What sense does that make? And someone with no sense behaves the way that Jen Shah behaves. I do not like her behavior. And it's unfortunate because when she was on the bus with that microphone, hollering everybody and standing in the door of the bus, that's fun. This person that requires a lot of energy like a child is not fun. And I'm with Meredith. I don't want to be around you. It all started because they weren't on the bus. Mary and Meredith weren't on the bus again. The girl said they had PTSD. Let's hurry up and leave because the same driver, everybody's the same from the last time. So when they're on the road, they start bringing it up, and Lisa's basically saying, wait, hold on. Let's see. Unless you don't have to hide yourself. So that doesn't even make sense, Jen. You don't hire a private investigator on somebody unless you have shit to hide yourself. So when a woman hires a private investigator to follow her husband around to make sure he's not cheating, she has something to hide herself. When somebody hires a private investigator to try and find their long lost parent who put them up for adoption, they have something to hide themselves. People hire private investigators for different things. You're projecting and you're showing your slip. So what do you have to hide? Why would you hire a private investigator? Why do you think a private investigator would be hired? Because the person who hired him has something to hide. So what they do, they just hire the private investigator to take the eyes off them? Girl, shut the fuck up. It's stupid. It's just plain stupid. It's not even, and this idea, like I said, the idea that Mary and Meredith have something to do with the FBI investigating Jen long before the show even was created. Huh? How did they have something to do with it? Come on. Like, it's just dumb at this point. It's getting dumb. It's getting dumb. Lisa, you specifically came to me. I heard you're researching everybody. Oh yeah, Lisa told her that she was researching, that everybody's saying that she's researching so that she can find dirt on people so they won't turn against her. I believe that. I believe that because the fact that Jen, when they leave like scenes and stuff like that, she starts texting them and starts like harassing them, sending them threatening texts. The fact that she does that, and she's done it more than once, and then they're also getting texts from this random number. They feel like they don't know who it is, but Lisa says she thinks it's Jen because of the way they spelled because. You're volatile and irrational and has the mind of a child. You should not, I couldn't trust being around her. That's like literally like she's not trustworthy to be around. And then you're on this bus jumping up, standing up in front of Lisa. You and I would never be friends after that. You don't know. I should never, if you and I are friends, if we are in relationship, I don't give a fuck if we friends, lovers, families, or what. I should never feel threatened by you. And if I do, I will neutralize the threat however way I see fit, and that will be the end of it. You don't get a chance for my nervous system to be all out of whack because you running up on me. Ask anyone. Run up on me. You get one time. You get one time to cross the boundary with me, and you'll never get to cross it again. Ask about me. I don't play those games. If you're my friend, if we're in relationship, if we're family, if we are intimate, if we are co-workers, walk up on me. One time you get one chance to walk up on me. And I'm not saying that I'm going to get violent back with you, but you won't be able to do it again. You won't get a chance to do it again. You'll never get the chance to do it again. Promise you. Ask about me. I don't play that shit. I don't play those games. And if we're supposed to be friends, and then you want me to choose you as you aggressively, like a fucking bull, come towards me. Really? Really? And just 5 seconds ago, you were asking me to choose you over my friend of 10 years who is violently calm when it comes to you.
They all were saying Jen's trying to get information on everyone to like. Whitney's a bad.
I wasn't yelling at her. I wasn't yelling at her. You guys are weak as fuck. Now they weak. Meredith slandered my effing name. But you were saying in the first season Meredith was cheating on Seth. You were showing pictures of Meredith with another man to the other girls of the group. And then acting like, well, I don't know. Remember when she was working out? They showed a clip. I don't know. You're going to have to ask Meredith. Girl, what are you talking about? So saying somebody is cheating on their husband is slanderous. Now, if it's true, now that's something different. But girl, you slandering folks. You doing the same thing. You're doing the same thing. And if she said, I feel like you're doing these things, and they found out that it was a high probability that it was you, girl, we believe it. Look how you move. Look how you move. Look how you move. She's targeting me when it wasn't just my fault. Nothing's ever Jen's fault. Listen to her. What did I have to do with any of her bullshit? This doesn't have anything to do with what you did in season 1. This has something to do with you harassing her child. Yeah. You would act the same way if somebody was messing with your children. Right? You even flipped out when somebody asked you if Meredith was doing the same thing to your children. You flipped out on the idea of it when you actually did it, and still it's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's not my fault. Like a child sitting up there doing arts and crafts with Coach Shaw. He's not into it at all. He's not into it. Oh, and this is for the beach, baby, because you love the beach. I think she loved the beach. I don't remember. In fucking Salt Lake City. Girl. It's a mess. It is a mess. So I gotta go, y'all. Anyways, I gotta go. Jen ran up on Lisa. I'm not responsible for anything. Meredith said whatever she says. She says she stands up for Heather. You called her a manatee and you called her Shrek. You don't stand up for nobody. You are a selfish person, right? You are a selfish person who takes advantage of vulnerable people, and you have acquired a mass amount of wealth by doing it. You are a bitch. You are a bitch, and you're not a friend to anyone because you take advantage of people, and the only people that you have around you, you have to pay them to be around you because we haven't seen any of Jen's other friends. And so you got a problem with Mary. You got a problem with Meredith. Everybody who has clocked you, you have a problem with. And that's fine because you don't want anybody around you. It makes everybody kind of question who you are, those people have a question about your character and you don't like it. You don't like it. And they should be kissing your ass for, I don't know why. I don't know why, but run up on me. Lisa's better than me. I would have kicked that bitch in her damn stomach. She would have been in the front seat with that. What was his name? Glenn. Who was the driver? You would have been in the front seat in the passenger seat with the driver, fucking with me. Run up on me. What? And you towering over me with them nails and them claws looking like that, girl. Boop. Get the fuck out of my face. Anyways, y'all take care of each other. Protect your energy.